Hey everybody, my name is Ashley Rush and I'm an independent creative memories advisor located in North Carolina. Excuse my mess, but I'm just showing you guys a little bit of my workspace while I introduce this video. You all seemed very interested in last week's Toddler to Teen, so I wanted to do a follow-up quickly, and then I'm gonna space out these episodes like maybe once a month, once every other month, probably around major holidays or whenever my themes come up that apply to my daughters. So today I'll be doing Christmas. I know we just finished Christmas, but we just took all these photos and I would love to get ahead and get started for next year so that all I have to do is slap down one photo and be done. I did address the page protector issue that a lot of you brought up in the comment section last week, so make sure you stay tuned towards the end of the video where we talk about that, and I hope you guys enjoy. As promised, I'm going to show you all how to create your borders this time. I'm not going to work ahead. So I'm doing a Christmas layout. I know we just finished Christmas, but I figured why not go ahead and get ahead for next year. So you're going to need your 12-inch trimmer, a tape runner. I'm going to be using a repositionable tape runner for the most part. And then you're going to choose whatever collection. I'm going to use the most recent collection, which is Joy to the World. I've got mostly scraps and remnants here for creating my borders. I've also brought in the laser cut borders as well as the stickers just to give me some options. So I'm going to move the decorative items out of the way to begin with. Alrighty, so we know that we will have a gap at the top of our layout that is 1.5 inches, and that is the perfect place to put a border. And you really don't want the border to be much bigger than that, otherwise the pages in the middle of your themed section are going to cut off your border, and it sort of defeats the purpose if you're not able to enjoy that decorative border throughout your section. So if your section is, or if your border needs to be 1.5, that's a good place to start. So I've got strips here. Usually my leftover strips come in a variety of sizes, 1 inch, 2 inch, 1.5. So I'm just gonna sort of see what I have. I'm gonna grab a ruler. Perfect. This is 1.5. So this is probably what I'm gonna use for my base. And because I need 2 borders, I'm gonna go ahead and cut another one. I'm just lining up on the 1.5 inch line that is on the right side of my trimmer. So now I have 2 bases for my border. I know that I really don't want my decorative items to expand much further than these 1.5 inches. Which is kind of difficult because a lot of the inspiration on our blog are thicker borders ranging in like 2.5 inches, and I love those. They're just not going to work for this. I did still look through the blog to see if I could garner any inspiration and maybe shrink down a design, and there were a couple I really liked, but some of the tools were no longer available, and I didn't really want to show off stuff that was going to be hard to replicate for you all at home. So I'm gonna wing it, and we're just gonna sort of do a really basic border. This is one that I repeat a lot in a lot of my projects, just gives it some depth. So if we have a 1.5 inch here, the next size I would like to do is 1.25. And so like I have scraps, I also have the reverse of that if I want, but I'm gonna go ahead and measure what I have and see if any of it will work. So this looks thicker. I'm gonna measure this one. Perfect. That's like just shy of 1.25. So I'll probably use this next. And that's gonna layer right on top. I love layering paper. So this is a twin. Will I be lucky? Will these guys be the same? Yes, they're close enough. So I'm gonna layer Normally it would bother me that these stripes are not the same, so when they're laid next to each other, they're not going to meet up. But since I'm putting another layer on top, it's really just important that the top and bottom colors match for layering. So next, I'm going to put another strip. Let's see if this is about 1/2 inch. That might be too skinny. Yeah, I'm not digging that. And maybe part of that problem is because I have this striped paper that it makes it look a little uneven. These look to be the same. They are. These are probably 1 inch. And they are. Okay. Now granted, you could also be using the ruler on your trimmer, but that acrylic ruler is just easier to pick up. So again, you're gonna center that on top of that second sheet, and this is gonna be the base of my border. I like this. It's pulling up like the major colors of Christmas, red, green, gold, and I think that is a good base. That looks pretty good to me. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and adhere it down. Alright, so I have the base of one done. Now I just need to repeat for the second one. So now I have 2 identical bases, and it's time to build up our decorative elements. This is obviously, like I said, gonna be a Christmas page. I could stop here and then just get like title stickers out or break out a Cricut and write Merry Christmas across it in white. But I don't feel like messing with title stickers right now. And I don't feel like messing with a Cricut. So I'm gonna pull out some of our decorative items and see what I can get away with that will express the theme without necessarily spelling it out. All right, so I do have another sheet of stickers, but those are borders and I don't think any of them are going to work, so I'm not going to even bother pulling them out. This is almost all exclusively icons. Those would be great for making clusters, but not so much for making my title. So now I'll pull these out. Joy to the World could work. Peace and or Season's Greetings. Oh, this one just flat out says Merry Christmas. That's kind of what I need. All right, I'm gonna stick with Merry Christmas. I'm for sure gonna use that one. Bonus, it looks like it's less than 1.5 inches. Yeah, that's about 1 inch tall. So that's gonna work really well in the confines of my border. But I'm gonna need some layering, something else needs to be going on because this is fairly plain and that's really small. So I've got these laser borders. They're kind of cool. The nice thing is that they're printed on both sides, so you can really pick up different designs. And I'm thinking, since I only have 1 pack, whatever it is I find, I'm gonna cut in half and have like span across the 2 pages. So it looks something like this. And that's really pretty, that look. That's a contender for sure. So I'm gonna set that at the top. Kind of like the look of this ribbon. It's just kind of a fun look. Makes me think of all the Christmas presents. Yeah, that's a contender. This is going the wrong direction. I don't really like that one. This is pretty thick and overwhelming. I think this one's too tall. Yeah, just barely. It is really cool though. That would have been fun. I would just barely would have fit. Kind of blends in too with the gold border. That would have been nice, but I just don't think it's right for this particular one. The train is kind of cute. I like that. That's a contender. I've just got like a branch. Meh. This is pretty. It's just kind of a lot, and at the tallest point it's bigger than 1.5 inches, so I just don't think it's going to work per se. So now I just need to narrow down the 3 that I've chosen. The train I'm going to eliminate, even though I like it a lot. I have girls. They're just not as into trains as maybe boys are. We did start going to the Polar Express this year, so if I decide to add that to my toddler teen book, this will be perfect for that. Alright, so now it comes down to these 2. Do I want the big flowers? Or do I want the ribbon? I can also flip this over. This is also green. The green to me is not as nice because we've already got the green background. I wonder if you could combine the 2. Nah. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with the ribbon. Just this border set is a little more subdued for me, so that's just what makes sense. The first thing I need to do is trim that ribbon. So this should be 12 inches long, which means I need to trim it at 6 inches. If I could pick it up. I'm gonna turn it upside down actually. Doesn't need to be exact, and this is so thin I probably could have just used my scissors to cut this, but I like to make things more difficult than necessary. Alrighty, this is where the trim happened, so I'm just going to choose one side to be the left, and I need to add that here, and then one side will be the right, and that'll go over here. Alright, that looks pretty cute. I'm digging that. So now I just need to put that down with my repositionable. I'm going to apply this repositionable on my trimmer so I don't make a mess of my workstation. And now I do it the same for the side. Just trying to hit that ribbon, like that bottom curve towards the bottom of the green. And there we go. Isn't that cute? And that'll span across 2 pages like this. All right, I'm digging it, digging it. Now I need to find a place. I think I'm done with my trimmer. I'm gonna set that aside. And now I just need to decorate. Like I said, I'm gonna use that Merry Christmas sticker here. And I might try and find places for some of this other like greenery, little berries and stars and stuff, and just see if they have a place anywhere as making clusters. So I like the Merry Christmas. I'll probably put that on this side. And then maybe on this side, just to balance it out. What about some presents, like a little cluster of gifts? That could be fun. All right, let's start with the Merry Christmas. That's gonna go somewhere around here. Should I do, ooh, maybe I like it on this side. Decisions, decisions. Let's just see if we can build a cluster first. Then that might help us decide what side we want it on. This one doesn't have as much clustery stuff. Just have this ribbon here. Set that one down. I'm kind of digging maybe some of this greenery. Yeah, that's pretty. Need to be careful. That just barely fits. So if I were to do that, boom. Okay, that's the start of a cluster. Then we need to add something else. Like some of these stars are cute. Maybe even a little star on top. No, don't like that so much. Just shove that back down there. I might be breaking the rule. I might just be doing like two little, well, we'll see. I'm gonna stick with this for right now. And I'm gonna cheat in just a little bit. I am gonna put it on this side. I want it right. Merry Christmas. All right, so we'll start with that. And then on the opposite side, I'm gonna put some of these presents out. How big is this guy? Under 1.5 inches. A cluster. Just kind of fidgeting, seeing what I can get. That is not my favorite cluster, but I was able to mimic sort of the length of this one here. Kind of need like a little something tucked in back there, maybe one of these bows. No, I do not like that at all. We'll figure it out. Ooh, how about, here's a little bit of that present, some of that greenery. We tuck some of that back in there. okay. I'm a little happier with that. So this was a very simple border. I may come back in later, I don't know, maybe add some of these stars in here or whatever, but I just wanted to show you how, you know, you don't have to go super crazy. Just a couple of strips. They can be leftovers like I used, and this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to show you guys what this looks like when you add it to your toddler to teen album. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys one more time how to trim down the pages for your toddler to teen album. I did it in the first video, I'll do it in this one, and then going forward, I'll just refer back to these two sections. So you're going to need your 12-inch trimmer and one of your plain refill pages. I am using white because I'm boring. It also comes in Spargo, natural, black, tons of different options. So you want to give this a quarter turn so that your staples are at the top of your page lined up with your trimmer. You're going to pull up your arm and you're going to line the edge of your page at 1.5 using the right hand side of your trimmer. Now this is not going to fit perfect. That's okay. The part that's going to get bent and crinkly is going to get cut off anyway, so that's all right. You're going to put your arm down. You're going to have to use a little bit of force. And then you're going to trim off that 1.5 inch excess. You may need to go over the section a couple times. And that still might not get it all the way off for you. Let's see. Yeah, I've got some hangers on. I'm just gonna pull out some scissors and I'm gonna finish cutting the little leftover remnants. There you are. And see, like this section, it did get all wrinkly, but this is the part we're throwing away, so it doesn't matter. You are left with a refill page that is 1.5 inches shorter. Both of your staples should still be included, all right? If you accidentally cut off your staples or you cut off your jeeping, you cut it wrong. You just need to go back and do it again. It's kind of hard to tell, but I have added my trimmed pages into my daughter's toddler to teen book. Now it's time to decorate. So we have our borders. Here's one. Here's the second one. Those are going to go on the base pages, which are the tall ones, the ones that are the full 12 by 12. And as you can see, we designed this nicely so that when you do have that trim page down, you can see the entire border even as you flip. So that's perfect. That's exactly what you want from your borders. All right, so again, if you prefer a plain background, you can adhere these borders down and be finished. I like to have some wallpapering done, so I'm going to add full sheets of paper to my pages. And then on these trimmed ones, I'm just going to take a 12 by 12 sheet, trim it down 1.5 inches, and then create a full background on the trimmed side. Since I want these backgrounds to stay pretty firm to the pages, obviously, I'm switching out to a traditional tape runner. And now I'll just put the backgrounds down in addition to the borders. So I start with a full sheet of 12 by 12. I've got my background down. Now I'm just going to add my border. For the trimmed page opposite that, I'm gonna go with another green background, but I'm gonna change the pattern. You can do whatever sounds good to you, change the color, change the pattern, mix it up. I tend to like things that are very symmetrical, so changing the background is very hard for me, but it helps when I'm just basically switching from one tone on tone to another. Turn the page. This time I've decided to go with red backgrounds. Again, I've already trimmed these. All right, our Christmas section is complete. As I turn the pages, that border will remain visible, and all I have to do is add my photos. Now, in a previous video, you guys were asking all about page protectors, and it totally slipped my mind to add them. I generally don't put them on when I'm filming because they're so reflective and it messes up the lighting, but it was a very valid question. With Toddler to Teen albums, you don't have to do anything with your page protectors. Do not trim them, because when you trim them, you'd be trimming off the top, which would then open up an edge, and then they're not gonna work so well anymore. So I'm just gonna show you guys really quickly how to put on the page protectors. So like any page protector, you've got the sort of sealed edges at the top and bottom. They're kind of crinkly. I like to put them between my thumb and my forefinger, and then I rub as if I'm trying to snap, and that'll open up the edge for me. Then you're just going to tuck your trimmed page in and bring it over. Now, as you can see, it is a little slick, but they'll stay on and they'll keep your pages protected. Especially if you're handling your pages on the jeeping like we're supposed to, they pretty much will stay in place. So what do you guys think? Are you big fans of Toddler to Teen or what? It just makes it so easy to decorate. This little 1.5 inch gap between your border, it's a game changer, and I'm just loving it. What other themes would you guys like to see? I'm definitely going to be doing major holidays because those all apply to my daughters. We're not big in like the dance world and the sports world, but I could still give those a try if you guys like. Also, in the video, I skipped right to showing how the pages looked once they were in the album. Is everyone out there familiar with how to add pages to your scrapbook? Is that like a difficult thing? Is that something you usually save up and have your advisor do? If that's the case, then how would you guys feel if I did a video on just like how to add and subtract pages from your scrapbook album? I'm happy to do that. That would be a quick and easy one for me to do. I'd love to see any of the albums you all are creating using this technique. Make sure you post them on Instagram or Facebook and tag me at scrapwithash, all one word. I look forward to seeing all of your hard work. All right. If you guys liked the content of this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up so that I know that you want to see more of this in the future. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And if you never want to miss a video, hit that bell as well. I'll see you next week. Bye.